Nze Selective Williams Live Uganda unaosinza kulaba YouTube channel ya The Music Zone. Mostly we talk creative and performing arts, but due to the fact that it is the mainstream politics that determines the infrastructure and other services that also facilitate the well-being of creative and performing arts, we find ourselves as well talking about mainstream politics. That's what I chewala. Olunaku lwa leero nze kuvugira ku bintu bina bisatu bimala. Nalabye President Museveni ng'ayogera olunaku lwajjo, nendaba ne Robert Kyagulanyi, President wa National Unity Platform. Kasooke ku nsonga ya President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Abantu bangi tubadde tugamba President Museveni nga tebannamugema coronavirus disease 2019. President Museveni atutegeezezza nti tebannamugema kuba akyetegereza vaccine. Simanyi oba okugema kwatandise, bwe kuba kwatandise vaccine bw'enaabeeramu ensobi. Kuba ye omukulembeze w'eggwanga akutegeezezza tasobola kukkiriza kugemebwa nga tanneetegereza vaccine. Mu bufunze nga sifudde nnyo ku lwaki tannagemebwa nga balala bagenda kugemebwa, nsooka kuddamu kibuuzo kinaffe kye yatuzzeemu nti bwe mulaba Paul Kagame President wa Rwanda ne mukyala we nga babagema, tuggyewo akatijjo yakyetegereza. Ensonga endala y'eyokuba nti omukulembeze lwaki taalinda n'abantu benda balinda. Because that a fountain of honor. Fawula ne bwe tufuna obuzibu kuba fountain of honor, of course oyinza okumuteeka mu matigga naye nga yatwebazizza okuba nti twetabye bulungi nnyo mu kulwanyisa coronavirus disease 2019. President Museveni ekyantiisiza kyabadde kimu kyokka ku ky'okugemebwa okwo nti abalala nga bwe tukyagemwa yakyalinda kwetegereza vaccine entuufu erina omumugema. Ensonga ey'okubiri yeeyogeddeko President Museveni yagambye abadde tasobola kunyega nsonga yonna ekwatagana ku the recent general elections of Uganda. President Museveni yayotunudde mu kamera nga bwe nkutunuulidde n'agamba nti bino byonna bye tubadde tumugamba, manya Robert Kyagulanyi ng'agenda ne National Unity Platform bamukulu Sseggona okugenda okutwala omusango mu kkooti, mbwe abadde atussizza kasiiso bannayuganda. Yatugambye nti ffe bannayuganda nga nange mwendi ffenna tukimanyi mbu eyabba akalulu Robert Kyagulanyi ne ttiimu ye ya National Unity Platform. Mu kwogera kwonna President Museveni kwe yayogedde olunaku lwajjo, z'ensonga bbiri ze nalonzeemu. President Museveni yatugambye tannatuuka kugemebwa okutuukira ddala ng'amaze okwetegereza vaccine. President Museveni ategeeza nti muwaayiriza tabbanga kalulu ensi ekimanyi. My question is, are you as well aware that bulk staffing, any malpractice within the past general elections of Uganda are responsible? All staff, all malpractice of general elections or voting process and the bichi campaigns are responsible, or people who are responsible are the National Unity Platform supporters led by their president, Robert Kyagulanyi. The president said you are aware. Are you aware? Nti ababbi b'obululu bali mu National Unity Platform. Yatugambye nti yeewuunya okubanga up to now tusobola okuwaayiriza NRM nti ebba obululu ng'ate ffenna tukimanyi bulungi nnyo. He said nti tukimanyi ffenna bannayuganda. He said the entire world kyesobola kujjukira yagambye world oba nation of Uganda, ensi yonna ekimanyi nti ababbi b'obululu National Unity Platform. My question is, President Museveni aba awagira okubba ku obululu, lwaki yiba mubba n'ataloopa? General elections of 1996, 2001, 2006, 2011, 2016, President Museveni has always come out to say that malpractice, bulk staffing is not by NRM, but by the members of the opposition. President Museveni then yawagira okubba obululu, lwaki ye tagenda mu court? Is this because, according to the Electoral Commission, he has always won? Is it because he has always been announced, declared the winner, that he has not cared to go and petition? Tebasobola kubba mu 1996 ne bakubba mu 2016 mu 11 mu 16 notagenda kuloopa the president Museveni wamanga mukwano gwange ndowooza gwo okulaakulanya okubba obululu tosobola kubanga omanya nti National Unity Platform ebba obululu emabegako wali Besigye wamugamba yali abba obululu abalala bonna opposition bagambye babba obululu lwaki teweeva mu president Museveni omwagala fountain of honor tibuhabura president Yoweri Kaguta Museveni of this nation nowaaba kuba actually wawaabira bano ba Robert Kyagulanyi abavaayo ne bagenda bawaabira ng'ate gwe mutuufu ow'okuwaaba era tugambye nti ababbi b'obululu National Unity Platform. Ensonga endala eri ku address ya Robert Kyagulanyi kangende kuzimu kuzasembyeyo oba ku nsonga emu kuzasembyeyo yaganya abantu ba National Unity Platform okubeera violent but to be exemplary. Abantu abasinga bonna bamaze ebbanga nga National Unity Platform, especially the propagandists of this world, have always come out to paint that black around the National Unity Platform, claiming or alleging or truthfully saying that they are violent, they are thugs, they are robbers, and etc. Yesterday, during the address, or his address to this nation of Uganda and world over, Robert Kyagulanyi came out to say, call upon and encouraged all the supporters of National Unity Platform and Uganda as a whole not to be violent if they have been anyway. They shouldn't be violent, they should be exemplary. N'olwensonga eyo nkimwebaliza yagambye nti ekiseera ekituufu bwe kinaatuuka nga kyabwe bwaba National Unity Platform kijja kutuuka. So nno nenkubiriza buli muntu yenna ndaba bw'obanga wawulidde abakulu bano babiri bonna nga boogera bw'oba oli wa National Unity Platform ng'oli wa National Resistance Movement, londa ebintu ebyo byolaba ebisinga obuvunaanyizibwa mu bakulu bano byonna bye baayogedde. President Museveni yatugambye tetuddamu kuweraliikira nti tannagemebwa akyetegereza vaccine. Ensonga lwaki ye ne mukyala we First Lady tebannagemebwa. Pozi nekirala kyatutegeeza nti nabo baafunako challenge of coronavirus disease infections within State House. Naye nti ye at least ali mu bwerinzi obw'enjawulo bamuteekako a parameter wall of security in regards to fighting coronavirus. This is 2019. Another thing is that yetabba bululu omubbi w'obululu Robert Kyagulanyi ne team ye, especially of the National Unity Platform. On the side of Robert Kyagulanyi yayogedde ensonga nnyingi nnyo, but the main one I will pick out is calling upon Ugandans and National Unity Platform supporters in particular to keep calm, to avoid violence, to avoid mob justice, to avoid any act of unlawfulness. Mwakikyenga mbweji nkulekera ebibuuzo bibiri. Abantu ba National Unity Platform abawagizi babadde violent, bakyali violent. Era olowooza kiki ekisinza okukolebwa abawagizi ba National Unity Platform ne president wa National Unity Platform okusobola okufuna kye baagala ng'obwenkanya according to them? Ekibuuzo ekirala, oli mumativu era wawulidde n'otegera bulungi nnyo ensonga ya President Museveni tannagemebwa kubanga akyalinda kwetegereza vaccine. Another one is President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni yagambye tasobola kubba bululu. Abamu kubasinga okwetaba mu kubba obululu nga ne bwe bayina bwe baclaiming nti baabufuna aba National Unity Platform tebaabufuna, nti bo be babbi b'obululu aba National Unity Platform. What's your take on such a statement from the National Resistance Movement chairman and president of Uganda, as per the elections of 2016, as per the Chigundu team then of the Electoral Commission, and the president-elect as per the Mwami Byabakama's team of the Electoral Commission. What's your take? Are we from all that here? This Selector Williams akubiriza abantu bonna okwegendereza ennyo n'okwongera okusabira ennyo eggwanga. Kyonna tututte obudde okuteekawo laptops 2 n'empuliriza Robert Kyagulanyi n'empuliriza President Museveni. Tulina okwongera okuyiga nti mu byobufuzi oyinza okufuna a total confusion if you're not keen enough. If you're not keen enough, if you don't take time to deeply do thorough analysis of both sides, they can come, and you, after watching them, you may end up being totally confused. But at the end of the day, on the both sides, there is truth on the other side, or on the other side. You just need to ask for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, spirit of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding from God, to know the best side on which you can be. And for example, if you take such steps of praying for your nation, you can't fail to be on the right side. Nja kwongera okusaba n'okwongera okuzzaamu amaanyi Robert Kyagulanyi nti that is the way to go. You just need to keep on encouraging your supporters to become, to advocate for non-violence, but articulate their opinions, proposals, and ideas, or their grievances well, but calmly. Nja kusaba President Museveni ne tiimu ye bongere nnyo okwongera mu public relations, communication skills, that kuba ffe mutuuka ekiseera nga obulamu bw'abantu obulungi, ebyenjigiriza n'ebirala nga biri mu mikono gyammwe abali mu government. Government, I understand, is a combination of the legislature, executive, parliament, and fourth estate, that is media. But you as a regime that is carrying the government or spearheading on, who are the custodians of this government, you as a regime, kindly, let us have actions and activities and things that can take us forward. Well, we've been to byemanyi nti President Museveni oyinza okuba tobiwulira, oyinza tofuna budde kubitegeera oba tebakubuulira. President Museveni amazima gali nti let us look, let us cultivate, let us craft modalities of seeing artists, creative and performing artists back to work. President Museveni, creative arts, directly or indirectly, contribute heavily onto the economy of this nation. Bobi Wine mentioned the night economy. Part of the night economists are the creative and performing artists. Creative and performing artists, directly and indirectly, contribute onto the night economy of Toninyira, of night bars, night clubs, events where these artists perform. And these artists or creative performers contribute, like I said, indirectly and directly onto this economy entirely of Uganda, away from the night economy alone. Nti bagula kebezo from Market Street, cables, Jack Pennies of Stereo and Mono. Nibagula ku muntu ye totally alabanga atali attached to any entertainment section, but is selling jack cables, is selling generators, is selling, and actually even Total and Shell or City Oil, and it is, in as far as petroleum is concerned, they sell fuel for artists or performers to fill their generators for a concert to go on, because these days umeme doesn't generate enough currency that current enough current that can enable the machines, equipment of the performers to run. Kanchiteke mu Luganda. Current, itali currency ya sente. Amasanyalaze power that is generated by umeme. Tegasobola kutambuza generator. Tegasobola kutambuza byuma ebikubwa ku stage. So tumaliriza tuguze amafuta okuva ku petrol stations. So tomanya how much we are losing ngate ebidongo tebiriwo. We understand very much that we entirely, or as a whole, try as much as possible to curb the coronavirus disease 2019. But again, other people went back to work. I understand they are failing in one way or the other to follow the standard operating procedures, SOPs, in regards to fighting coronavirus disease 2019. How about if we allowed again also the performers to go back and work and follow the standard operating procedures, or also put on table modalities of tightening and emphasizing the standard operating procedures like we have done. Tubadde to be kola ndikese segwamba funa license kola bwoti kakati ng'abalala bazzeyo ne bakola. President Museveni humbly, kindly, ne bano bwe babaddayo bakole kuba economy yaffe eyina ekigikuba somehow nti ba artists bano bayina engeri ba contributing nti kizibu nnyo okusanga ekivulu ekigenda mu maaso nga tekikoze, because abategeka ebivulu bakwata ne bazza ssente mu Kampala Capital City Authority, ne batwala mu Uganda Revenue Authority, ne batwala mu Uganda Roads Authority of Roads, UNRA. So sente ezo nga tunazifiirira. For example, these days, I understand we have misused, some of us have misused Facebook of Mark Zuckerberg. But have you realized, President Museveni, that there was an announcement that Facebook and other social media platforms came back or had come back? We began paying for OTT, but even when you subscribe or pay for OTT, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So, government will continue to lose taxes of OTT, and it will indirectly or directly encourage people to keep using virtual private networks or virtual private network, that is VPN. What do we mean with President Museveni? Kindly, what do we mean? Sijja kwogera na tiimu yo kuba tiimu yo munayi y'amaanyi. Tiimu yo y'amaanyi. Naye gwe President Museveni bwinga jjajjaffe ebadde ayogera ne muzzukulu wo Kyagulanyi yesterday. Nze ndowooza we can work out modalities. And why do we encourage people to use virtual private networks, VPNs, to consume their data? Can we have other mechanisms, other policies that can curb the misuse of social media in Uganda than continuing to affect other innocent Ugandans? Because people are continuing to subscribe, buying OTT or paying for OTT, but it does not work. Which they alternatively do is to use private, virtual private networks, VPNs of all sorts of kinds. So, tukusaba President Museveni team yonna, you as a regime, because for us as for a fossil state, that is media, mainstream and other channels of media, we are part of the government, but you're the regime that is in power. Because there is a total difference from a regime and a government. A government is a combination of many sectors. But a regime is that executive that is led by that president, declared by any electoral commission. And in Uganda, there is Uganda Electoral Commission, the independent one, as per their rebrand and currently led by Justice Byabakama. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, another thing is that my recommendation or opinion or idea or proposal is to have a standalone ministry for creatives. Because you'll find many ministries responsible for the creative and performing arts. Uganda Registration Bureau of registering bannabitone n'emirimu gyabwe. There is Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development. There is what? There are many ministries responsible for the creatives. Other nations like India have tried their level best to make sure that they throw priorities that can foster their creative industry. And when you watch channels like Zee World on GoTV, you realize that they are continuing to grow in that regard of creative and performing arts. And the government directly is getting revenues from the creatives or creative arts. You will take a benchmark or peep into the industry of South Africa. Yesterday I watched TV on DSTV and I saw Nigerians having an opportunity to host an edition of Idols. For them, they are having Nigerian Idols. It means the world, the nation, entire world of creative and performing arts from wherever, from all over the world. That is from Europe, that is kind of heading the creative section of this planet Earth. Nigeria as responsible people. They see them as responsible people in that regard of creative and performing arts. Nti events engage is that talent such President Museveni okutuukira ddala nga tuzitaddemu ssente zijja tulabisanga abaakabi. I've been always talking about how Nigerians are lucky to have the Voice Nigeria. The Voice originally is from the United States of America. One of the stakeholders, or yes, of course, the shareholders and stakeholders in that regard, are the NBC TV from the United States of America. I one time saw, some 3 years back, Angola hosting The Voice Angola. For a layman's simple definition, The Voice Nigeria is like America's Got Talent, Britain has Got Talent. It's a talent search where they look for music talented human beings. And wherever they go as America's Got Talent, The Voice, Britain has Got Talent, Idol, and etc., there is an infrastructure that is put up. Ate sigala mu nsi eyo bazimba ebintu auditorium ne bateekawo sound bisigala in that country. Recently we tried to host the MTV Africa Music Awards. We failed just because public relations wasn't good, wasn't okay. Stakeholders of the creative and performing arts, entertainment and fashion style of in that regard, we are not involved. And away from involving stakeholders of the entertainment or creative and performing arts, even we did have the infrastructure that would ably host such a big event. I normally call it the Africa's Nations Cup of the Creative and Performing Arts in Africa. Actually, Africa and what I got tackle. Ati ngogenda hosting an African Nations Cup of Creative and Performing Arts, that is MTV Africa Music Awards, and you don't have infrastructures of domes, big arenas, auditoriums. It's hosting. And to make matters worse, Ugandans or all stakeholders of creative and performing arts were at home not working, and we tried. We insulted them. We incited them by paying to bring an event, MTV Africa Music Awards, in their nation where for them are not performing. Kati President Museveni ebintu bwe bitwetaaga okukolako. You would be proud more than being proud. You would feel pride flowing in your veins, having muscles full of pride or being proud, if you got a chance to host any edition of the Idols, the Ugandan Idols, which is taking place. It began yesterday in Nigeria, if you're on DSTV. And it is so embarrassing to see that up to now, people are seeing Uganda as one of the most potential industries of creative and performing arts, but we don't have anything tangible to put on table or at the table or tetulina kyetulaga. Additional to the Nigeria's Nigerian idols, starting 14th yesterday again, the Nigerians were launching The Voice Nigeria. President Museveni dear, for us, whenever we try to advocate or lobby for such events in Uganda, they will ask for us to table for how much the Ugandan government is injecting into the creative arts, away from the individuals who have gained from the national resistance movement. But Uganda, Simon Cowell will ask, government yamweteka sente meka annually mu industry yamwe, how copyright is working. So I believe strongly that President Museveni, if you came up with your regime to thorough analyze and understand this creative industry, a lot of revenues. I saw a committee in Parliament that is responsible for finances. They were censoring Batka Turebe, the governor of Uganda, giving them, after being proposed to be given other years of being the governor of the Bank of Uganda. Bank governor tajja kubana custody ejja kuba teri mu bintu nga sente until we have empowered ready to go industries. A ready to go on top of the agriculture that is in Uganda is the creative section of the talented ones, because there is athletics, a combination of sports and games. Jemanyi tina yotu nzokwate tunateeka mu bimala. Naye creative, simple as that. Simple as that. Bana Uganda President Museveni very creative. Very creative. Talents in Uganda, this will occupy a lot of money. We have seen talented Ugandans. Abayimbi, banabitone, bawandika emizannyo, comedians, abawandisi b'obutabo. Let us empower creative or creators. I hope I've been humble enough talking to you as a president of this nation, president-elect as per the team led by Byabakama, the Electoral Commission of Uganda, and the president of Uganda as per the team which was led by Engineer Badru Shigundi in 2016. You're both a president of Uganda and president-elect. Nsubira nti njogedde bulungi naawe. This is Selective Williams Live Uganda. This is the Music Zone. We are supposed to talk about creative and performing arts, do analysis and commentary, but like I said as I began, we find ourselves affected or impacted by the activities and actions by mainstream politicians who are responsible to put up infrastructures, roads, and hospitals, education systems, and etc. But as I go, creative and performing artists, they have children that are supposed to go to school who have not gone to school just because we are still fighting coronavirus disease 2019. I kindly ask you once again to put up modalities, you with your regime and the government entirely, that those modalities that will enable, allow, and make the creative performers to as well go back to work as they continue to follow the standard operating procedures. I am Selective Williams, Live Uganda.